Over 1,800 actors, entertainers and producers, including Hollywood stars like Olivia Colman and Mark Ruffalo, have signed a pledge vowing not to work with Israeli film companies they say are complicit in abuses against Palestinians. Signatories stress this isn't a boycott of individuals, but a stand against institutions tied to the alleged human rights violations. Well, as Israel's military assault on Gaza fuels a deepening humanitarian crisis, calls for boycotts and protests are growing. One of those signatories is Mike Lerner. He is a film director and producer, and he joins us now. Mike, thanks so much for being with us. It's great to have you. First of all, want to ask you, what is your reasoning in joining this pledge?
Well, one of the problems we have is that the people of Palestine are so powerless and so friendless in this world. You know, Israel has all the power, and so those of us that have some kind of power must use whatever we can to try and help the Palestine people. And so, you know, people in the film industry have this power. We have enormous influence and reach in the world, and you know, we really feel it's something we can do to try and address this terrible genocide that's occurring. And you know, it's interesting to see the response to what's happening and how, you know, popular this call is and how many people are signing on for it, because you know, I think most sensitive people understand that really this is the worst time of our lives, you know, the worst time in our human history. And you know, we have a responsibility to try and do what we can to mitigate it if we possibly can. We're under no illusions that this is going to bring around an end to the war, but I think it is important that we use, as I say, whatever power we have, and the film industry has a lot of power to try and bring the situation to some kind of conclusion, some kind of peace.
Well, Mike, what are your grievances? What exactly are you accusing these Israeli companies of?
Well, we're accusing them of being part of a genocidal campaign. I mean, these companies are complicit with the Israeli government in the genocide that's occurring. They participate in the culture of the country, and they have never stated any kind of support for Palestine or used their power to change the situation, to challenge the impunity of the Israeli government and Israeli society. So, you know, we're accusing them of a lot. You know, we're accusing them of being complicit, which they are. And those that are not are we're very welcome to work with them. You know, this is very explicitly written in this pledge that we're not targeting individual Israeli filmmakers, and we're not targeting individual Israeli producers and companies that are standing against this genocide. You know, who we are targeting are those companies and institutions that are directly in league with Israeli government, Israeli society in perpetuating this Holocaust. So that's what we're after.